Let's see. All right. Morning. How's it going? Let's see here. It's been a little while since I've drawn these guys. Trying to see if the geometry of their faces still makes sense to me, actually. So this is the Clerg High Command, at least for this particular ship. Man, it's a little tough getting back into it. Hang on a second here. Let me see here. Yeah, it goes straight across, I think. Yeah, pretty much. I got some ridge up. Yeah. I think I'm getting the hang of this a little bit. It's interesting. It's been like 6 months since I've drawn these guys. With their fucking Godzilla 99 heads. That's too far up now. Maybe it should be a little bigger. Around there? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And we get kind of a, yeah, flyaway kind of ridge going up that way. That's right. And then this is all yeah, okay, I can figure that part out. Okay. This doesn't quite look right. What's wrong with it? Okay. This nose is a little too far over to the side for starters, I think. Well, unless we're doing it like that. I don't think we are, though. And if, yeah, we're showing that much of the nose, then we should show a bit more of the side of the face. Okay, it's getting a little out of control, actually. It's getting too big. Shoot, I wanted the shot to be big, but like this is going to be a bit much. Don't need to take up the entire panel here. Just like most of the panel would be nice. And then hey, Brandon, how's it going? I know I kind of liked it too, but it was getting too big. I need a little bit of room for word balloons on this. How's your Sunday going, man? Let's see here. It's basically the same shot. Let's not do that. Yeah, it's not really the arch. I like, I mean, the whole point of this is of the page theoretically is to get some exposition across, really. I just, I was going to be a close up of the guy, well, like a mid shot of the guy. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. Why don't I just do a gigantic shot of the guy? And it's like, well, wait, why don't I leave some room for like 2 or 3 word balloons? That would work too, right? I going okay so far. Slept in a little bit, which is never great, but like on a stream. Now I got to try and wake up while drawing. And then he's got like 3 globes here. Yeah. Give him a little bit of a Captain America boob shelf, and then we can move on. There we go. Hey, Mighty Geek, how's it going, man? I can see it. I'm mostly worried that if I do like a quiet voice, nobody will hear me. So I don't want to do that shit. Also, I've worked in customer service for like 20 years, so I've got my customer service voice, which this is just kind of a modified version of, really. Like we're talking on phones and shit. And also, we get a lot of old people in our community, so like you got to speak up sometimes. Oh, cool, man. I'm glad. Hey, man. Anything. I'll take anything that sets me apart a little bit. And if it, makes it a bit of a more enjoyable stream, that's awesome. Kind of a Chinese dragon thing going on here. I don't see these guys from the front too often. I don't see these guys too often at all, really. Last time they showed up was page 1 of issue 3. Really, the clerk officers. We've mostly been seeing, if anything, like the foot soldiers. Let me see about the script here. Yeah. Well, I could try and sanitize it, but that would make it less fun for me. So that's just not going to happen, really. Let's see how they do that. Okay, so and then we'll split it up here. Okay, so there's that. This is all basically just going to be a dialogue between these two guys. I can see this, the giant face here, taking up like most of the day, and then getting these two done in like 15 minutes each. Honestly, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I mean, when I started this, I still had a little bit like not wide eyed or anything, you know, like, but I hadn't read Image Comics in like 25 years, right? So it's like you're operating off what you remember them being, and what you remember is, you know, like what a 12-year-old remembers, which is that, you know, yeah, maybe the stories aren't so great, but like, you know, the art's super fun, and it's like, you know, it's like a Michael Bay movie. And then you read it and it's like, no, you know what, actually this is substandard. And it's okay, you know. So I can either like just get forensic with it, which I try not to do because that just gets dry, or I can start ripping on it, which I'm a bit more used to anyway. You know, I've like fucking worked in, like I said, worked in retail for 20 years and like work in warehouses and shit for a bunch of that. Like, yeah, no, you just rip on everybody. Now let's get started on this fucking thing then. Where's my 08? Get the panel borders. I got an idea of what the rest of the panels are going to look like. That's all we need. How many times has that bit me in the ass? Just that impulse to like, yeah, no, let's ink now. Oh wait, maybe I should have worked out the rest of the page before starting to ink. Too late now. It'll be interesting. We'll be going back to like the first live streams I did and seeing if there's any difference in how I came across. It helps that you like, you know, I get a bunch of the same guys coming back every week, so I'm not like introducing myself every time. I'm not like having to walk on eggshells around you guys because, you know, like we all kind of know how we interact with each other now. And now it's more like that's set the template for how you interact on the stream. Exactly. Dessert before the main course every time. You can have dessert after too, you know. I should note I am working on losing weight, but so you don't do that then. But okay, let's see here. Hobbit way is best way, right? Okay, where's my Tombow? I haven't used you in a while. I feel like not very extensively. I think this page is going to be the difference on that. Okay, let me see here. I think I went a little bit too. Yeah. clean that up a little bit so there's more of the eye showing. Let's see here. How does this face geometry work? There's good shots of these guys in issue 2. I just got to find them. Yeah. There we go. And it goes straight across, right? Yeah. Oh, I've got plenty of Tombos. I probably still got like 35, 40 Tombos left because I ordered like 50. Like a few months ago, actually. Which is like the one bit of planning ahead I've been able to do. So I'm rather pleased with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. We'll see about next week, right? Yeah, man. Yep. It's funny. I think I actually need to bring this up too. So it'll still be a little skinny, but I think it'll work better. It's just like a yeah. Around there. Yeah, I think that works okay. Okay. All right, I need this out of here. I try to set up like references for myself that I'm going to be using over the course of stream here, but it's like, nope, I'm just getting in my own way. Here. So, let go. Okay, this is the one I actually want here. Yep. This one can go away. Issue 1? No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? So I got to correct my page from last time. That was issue 2. Get it right. these, yeah, just have like a. Funny thing is that this is the captain. This is definitely not the captain. So like, there is a risk of confusing these guys, but my strategy for getting around that is to have them always pointing the right direction in the conversation. So like, this guy's always looking to the right. This guy's always going to be looking to the left, and hopefully that will keep it reasonably clear. And that is part of the thing with the clerk too, is that the different casts all look the same. Like the officer classes all look the same as well, and then all the soldier classes look like each other, that kind of thing. Which makes it very easy, at least, to remember what one's supposed to look like. But you also potentially get charged with racism, so that's a bad thing. But we'll just have to hope that doesn't happen. I was wondering if I was going to say that part out loud. I probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, this is. Yeah, he does too, doesn't he? Hey, let's keep that. I'm not sure if this stuck around. The Styracosaurus kind of headpiece in issues 2 or no 3, but yeah, no, let's bring it back if it didn't. So we'll keep this guy's headpiece kind of smooth. Get that Klingon kind of differentiation. Yeah, where all underlings look the same and everybody looks the same, really. Fuck, I got like the Shadowhawk #0 revisit coming out this week. It's so lazy. There's no design put into anything. It's just, how can I get this thing done in like a week? I feel a little bad about it because I had a guy who commented and he's like, "Man, I'm getting, I'm getting a little sick of the Liefeld hate." I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't intend for it to happen. That said, it's gonna keep happening this week, so like you might want to just like ease off for a bit. I don't know." Wasn't the point or anything. Where does okay? He's got like the snake thing joining up the. He's got one molar back here. Everything else is fangs. The cleric have never heard of vegetables. Let's go with that one. Okay. Now, should we figure out some lighting here? That might be a good idea, actually. Oh, you know what? They're going to be lit from below. That's a good way to go. Shit. Again, making up completely on the fly here. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, because so they're standing over a like a holographic table. You know, this is like their command room kind of thing. So I think the light should be coming up from this direction. Let's see, so how are we doing that here? There's some weird things to try and light. He has a kind face. Okay, let's figure out some of this because if he's lit from below down here, then most of this is actually not really visible so much. Although we can do it as like a hatched off kind of thing. Oh, I can kind of see where this is going now, and I kind of dig it. Yeah, this might be another 4-hour panel, but only because I'm having fun hatching off this guy's whole face. Hey, Chuck, how you doing, buddy? Let's do some actual mic run for that. And then, of course, his teeth are going to be like luminescent. We're hoping. Hopefully, it is. We'll see, right? Put some Lionel Francis Uihleins on there. I do like the direction this is going though to start. So there is that. It's Sunday, man. Whatever you got to do to get by on a Sunday. Okay, don't go smearing anything now. It does. It would seem kind of dumb to like have these guys and then not like them dramatically at every possible opportunity. I don't. I think I've done a reasonably good job at that so far. No, definitely not the Big Lebowski. I'm not familiar with that one. I am familiar with the Big Lebowski. I could probably, if you give me any quote that's from the Big Lebowski, I could probably track it down. But here's the question: did anybody become a dudist priest? When that was a thing online like 15 years ago, because I did that, and I believe that gives me the ability to perform weddings in a couple of states. Or again, at least it did 15 years ago. I'm not sure about now. Oh, okay. That doesn't sound like a Rocky line at all. Interesting. But yeah, the main tenet of dudism was just, the dude abides. So you just gotta like let things be. And I'm like, shit, that's my fucking bag right there. Oh, that's the plan now. How long have we been going so far? Just 45 minutes? Oh yeah, we got a ways to go. Hmm. Should I be working in some drool on this guy? I feel like this might be the wrong person to ask. All right, Chuck, man, thanks for stopping by. Uh-huh. Didn't see that coming at all. Maybe we'll do some with the whiteout. Whenever I want to, all I have to do is drool. Yeah, it's a little bit too late to work it in naturally, but yeah, we can figure something out. That's no problem. Yeah, there's a bit of a. I'm thinking like because like these guys are fairly like they're very well spoken when they do speak, which is part of the fun for me. And it's like they seem like they have like some like a code of conduct. It's like, man, does the drill really work? It's like, oh no, there was drill right here on this first introduction of them. It's like, okay, that works. Give him a little butt chin in here as well. He's one of the better looking Clerg. He's the Kirk Douglas of Clerg. How are we doing here? Let's see how it looks on the big screen here. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, he'll have the captain he'll have the Styracosaurus headpiece, and he's got more of a distinguished air to him, as distinguished as these like drool covered monsters can have. Anyway, I'm trying to think of how the drool would run down. He's got the point on his chin. It would have to come down here, wouldn't it? These guys, is it drool or is it slime? Like it's a good question here. Oh, you can't even see it. Sorry, man. I'm like providing you with the premium content, or depriving you rather. There we go. Just trying to take a look at how it looks at the final thing. It looks kind of good actually. That'll have to dry out before I can do anything more with it. Another one coming down on the other side here. The thing is, the handy thing is they all have these little like rivets or rivulets that the drill can just channel through. There we go. It's just all I'm like looking at the finished piece in the screen here. That does look pretty good. It just looked like it's just streaming down. Okay. Now I can't stop looking at it, just be like, holy shit, this fucking face. Next, the 4-hour grate panel. It's the 4-hour drill panel. That does follow suit. Yeah, that's in character. Yeah, the Popo page is pretty sweet. I do kind of enjoy that quite a bit. Or it says, "What's up?" Hey, Win Block, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it turns out this is OK Comics in clerk form all along. Oh, yeah, there's only two? Which one's yours? As long as you're not the other Blood Force comic, that's okay. Not sure if that other comic exists, but we would actually, we would have a natural rivalry, of course. So I think right there, and then yeah, you just can kind of have a basic head. Let's not do this with the Tombow here. A whole bunch of imprecise lines. Hey, okay, how's it going? We were just discussing this. This is your clerk avatar. He is, in fact, saying, "What's up?" No, this is what a regular clerk looks like. It's just that I don't usually do this big of a close up. And I got like a little spiky bit here. Sure. Oh yeah. The big flex page. Yeah, yeah. That one was fun. It's silly but fun. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, these are the officer cast. I'm not 100% sure if this. I don't think this is exactly what's underneath the plague doctor mask. So I'm not sure if these guys have helmets or not. Like, because this is one of those things where I'd like, decided I didn't want to draw what was under the plague doctor helmets because whatever head could fit under there would probably be tiny and unintimidating. So it's just like, let's come up with something new. And I like this better. Hey, by all means, man. Yeah, the if you're talking about the vein technique for trying that one, yeah. Like it was kind of the first time I'd done that to that extent on that page. And I was rather pleased with how it turned out. Let's see here. I am down for some Blood Force action figures, absolutely. Where's my ink gone to? Shit, where did it go? Oh, there it is. That's one of those things that, like, once I get going with a Kickstarter, I'd like to get going as, like, I don't know, like hire somebody with a 3D printer or something. Like, who wouldn't want a little, like, 2-inch hawk stab on their desk? Oh yeah, for sure. For why Platt was so slow. Yeah. No, that's never really, it's never really been in question. It's like you can see it just looking at the pages, but like, yeah, it's like, okay, this I thought maybe I could do it a little bit faster than no, not really. Not without giving up a whole lot in terms of the finished product. So Bears got to go with 5 inches. Okay, fair enough. I guess that is just about world average. So sure. I mean, personally, this is just personal preference. I like a bit of a smaller figure myself. Just like a little like kitsch collectible kind of thing. I'm not gonna like. I don't know. It's not going to be like a big display or anything for me. And I feel like there's more things that can go wrong if you go with a larger figure. Plus, everybody wants a 6-inch figure. You're just going to ruin the self-esteem of the 3-inch figures. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, it looks all right. Yeah, that does make sense. McFarlane's figures would all be 7 inches, and they'd say they're 8.5, and that they broke the record for the size of their figures. See, that's the thing. I don't want this to be. I wouldn't want these to be like $500. I want these to be something you can get for like 15, if possible, so that you can get like 3 or 4 of them, right? If we decide to go that way. This is all completely spitballing. I have no idea what's even involved in this. So, excuse me. Uh-huh. You see, the bigger you go, the more things can go wrong. I'm not compensating for you, just by the way. But, yeah, no, I think I'd want them to just be like little figurines, like, like that big, basically. And then you can you do a little lineup and everything. I think if you go too ambitious, particularly when I don't know what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to that kind of shit, I think that's a bad way to go. I think you start out with like a smaller model and then see if that works, and then see what changes need to be made to that. Oh, for sure he would. I mean, it's pretty close to what he did with the Pumpkinhead figure already, from way back when. Actually, it is quite close. I'm not even sure if I realized that. So I think McFarlane already made this figure, actually. That does sound about right. Offering a 12-inch Popo figure. All right, that definitely sounds like something I'll be willing to follow up on you with. Wait, follow up with there something. It's the problem with trying to write and draw at the same time. We're getting closer to a Kickstarter idea, so like a Kickstarter kind of thing. So I definitely have to keep this in mind here. Okay. All right, tell you what. You start getting to work on weapons for a 12-inch Popo figure, and I'll do what I can to get the actual figure done. How's that? And I want those the 12-inch figures for like they'd have like the specialty branches of the army, like the SEALs and all that shit. I had one of those, and it came with like 37 different access. Just I'm just saying, get to work now. If there's one thing Blood Force hates, it's children. So that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. All of this can get off. How did that thing end up looking differently? Not too bad. What did I just send flying though? Who knows? Absolutely, man. I haven't seen it yet myself. So, oh, it was the fucking Tombow that went flying. God damn it! I do have to find that. There it is. Okay. And there's like no detail to this guy's suit that I recall. And yeah, by all means, if you want to like, I don't think it's on on our Discord anyway. But yeah, no, if you want to give it a shot, I will draw whatever the fuck you want, man. How's that looking? Pretty good. I would say, like, yeah, 3 or 4 inches. Well, let me get a ruler out. Hang on. Yeah, 4 inches. 5's up here. That's where the He-Man was, like around there. Huh. Let's say 4 inches, I guess. We'll give that a shot. If you need any reference materials, let me know. Now let's do a little bit of extra texturing with some actual pigments. Feels weird to do it this way, where like most of the art was done with the Tombow, and then just going in afterwards for a little bit of extra stuff with the microns. Mm-hmm. I am absolutely down with that. 4 inches for the humans, 6 inches for the monsters. Yeah. No, not Tombow. What is the shoot? Nah, man, I can't remember the name of the anime. That feels like that belongs on the pirate one. Fuck it. I don't know. One Piece. That's it. It feels like there should be a character called Tombow in One Piece. Oh, for sure, man. No, that sounds awesome. Do you have general rates for what you usually do for figures? You should let us know. I know OK Comics has some characters that you might want to see in a more physical form, potentially. Not meaning to speak out of turn for you or anything. Okay. Oh, and there you go. I was just talking about that. Although those things look like they should probably be like 15 inches, like just here and just out to here, and just made out of water balloons. Warriors of Badassia, right? Yes, I think that is it. Although I think that was one of the older titles, wasn't it? All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the in-laws. That's not bad. $45 for 6 inches. That's not terrible. Yeah. Like for one, I assume. Depending on, like how detailed it is, and I imagine it gets fairly detailed. Or like there. Yeah. I don't know why I'm saying that's not bad. I don't know. I assume that's not bad. Let's go with that. I don't buy these things generally. That's a fucking head right there. That's what that is. Yeah, it does. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, I will check out the customs page too. That's how it's got to be. That's how it's. I mean, you got to be. You do have to fit your own tone. I'm trying to remember, wasn't it funny? I thought it was. And some just extra boopty boops. Oh yeah, now I gotta. Yeah, now I'm looking forward to checking this thing out. I gotta see what this Loki figure looks like at least. Okay. So it was an hour and a half on one panel. That's not too bad. And now we've got the main guy here. Yeah, it's totally like a Godzilla 1999 jaw. And he had a, yeah. They've all got this like third eye on the top of their foreheads here. And I decided to give the captain like a scar across one of his eyes. Like, let's make it the third eye. I know, I know. Well, it depends on the panel, right? I mean, if I decided to start putting veins all over this guy's face, like we might be going up to like three hours or so. Hey, Radams, how's it going, man? All right, thanks, man. That inspiration stuff is always like, man, really, shit, that's awesome. I do like that. Like a bunch of us can, for the most part, we seem to be like a bunch of dudes who can draw, who maybe we haven't a lot over the years, and we're all just kind of hanging out and like just talking about drawing and shit and comics. I think that's kind of sick. So he has like a. What does it sound like? There's fucking fireworks going off. There really shouldn't be fireworks going off at like quarter to one. I don't think. I'm not putting vein. His face is already like, it's just on the verge of being difficult to comprehend, like difficult to make out what's going on. Yeah, it's still fine, but this is as far as I want to go with this particular one. I think. It's funny. I haven't drawn this guy in like probably close to a year. Feels like it kind of nailed the shape of the head though. Now, you're in the right place if you like the 90s image style. I mean, I gotta imagine it would be difficult drawing veins on John Carpenter's thing as well. I mean, it would be necessary at least on that one, but like it would still be like it would be tough to figure out what the hell you were looking at. Does he have like something? Yeah, he's got like a bit of a horn underneath here too. Yeah, no, yeah, it totally looks like Godzilla to me too. I like the Godzilla head, just not for Godzilla, the 99 one. That that is true. That is kind of the point of the John Carpenter thing. Yeah, good call actually. Um, and no, I have never drawn professionally. At least, I've never been paid for it. Does he have neck cords? Feels like he should. He gets a little worked up every once in a while. Yeah, that looks kind of fucking sick, actually. All right, let's get to work. The Thing is like one of the best movies of all time, in my opinion. Like not just for being a special effects masterpiece, which it is, but like the palpable sense of paranoia you get in that thing, where it's like, wait, is it that guy? Wait, is it that guy? It's like masterclass shit. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, Thing is like probably top five for me. Okay, let's do some microns here so we don't start just losing track of what's going on. Do we do the O2? It's some tiny lines, but I think maybe this one calls for it. Okay, maybe this is the one I spent an hour and a half, 4 hours on. Well, I mean, you know, I've been drawing since I could hold a pencil, right? How long I've been drawing comics? Probably since I was 12, and then but there was a long time there where I just stopped because, you reach a point where you're like in your late 20s, and it's just like, oh, I'm just, I'm not good enough. I'm nowhere near good enough, really. And at that point, I had like kid stories. I didn't have time to work on shit like a submission or anything. And it's like, if I'm not anywhere close to where I want to be by now, then I'm not going to get there. So I just kind of gave up for like 10 years. And it was actually my brother having an idea that he wanted to run with based off of one of my old ideas. And he didn't want to draw it because he got the ADHD. And spending more than like an hour and a half on something, unless it's like the exact thing he wants to do right then, it's like torture to him. And say, okay, yeah, no, you should draw that. It's like, yes, no, I definitely should. I will do that. And got back into it and was like weird surprised that I was weirdly better than I used to be, than I remembered being. Which is a phenomenon that I've heard from a few people. Because like you don't stop, like you don't lose interest in drawing when you stop drawing. So you're still watching like tutorials and like live streams or whatever. So you're still picking shit up. I was still reading books about how to make comics, even though I hadn't been reading hadn't been trying to make comics for like 5-10 years. For sure, man. I'm gonna try and get the thing lettered. I keep having to put off the lettering process because I keep going away and then having to catch up on the revisit videos. And like, man, do the revisit videos take a lot out of me sometimes. Which is all my fault, by the way, because like I just did another Cerebus revisit, and it was like another 45 minutes. Like, God damn it. I was trying for less time this time. Can't seem to help it. Well, they met with the United Nations in issue 3. They were, because Maxtremis is petitioning for sanctuary on Earth for her people. They don't really have a governing body. I don't think. I mean, they're a black book U.S. government force, I would say, because of course they are, right? Hey, Montoya, how you doing, buddy? And yes, I'm planning on putting this out at some point. I'm just right now trying to get caught up on the revisits. And then getting a bit of a cushion. I've got like a week cushion right now. I'd like to get up to 2. And then I can ease up a little bit and not have to do put together 3 videos on a weekend to catch up, which is what I usually have to do. Yeah, no. How is there only 5 of us? There's been like 5 of you talking. Yeah, no, well, I mean, they they weren't trying the image guys weren't trying to innovate anything. If anything, they were trying to retain their audience. So it was going to be just more of the same. How does this work? The side of his face. I just kind of like that. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. Anybody who wants to draw my guys can, as long if you can, you just like try and credit it back to me. That'd be cool. No, 03. Yeah, I got that. With your permission, yeah. Looking all right here. Looking a little bit less sloppy than he did previously, which I prefer. I've always been more of an Art Adams guy than a Bill Sienkiewicz guy, anyway. That's awesome. Yeah, no. No, I'd love to see how they turn out the figures. That'd be sick. Or the drawings, that too. I forgot what we were talking about now. Most recently. Does he have like? No, not really. I was thinking he had like a crown or like a ridge on the bottom here. Not so much. This is the O2, right? And not the O3. Yeah, no, these guys are always been. I feel like I just kind of came up with a face that was just the most fun for me to draw. So as long as I understand the physics of it, which I mostly do, I think, then I can usually make it look pretty good. It's funny because I'm pretty sure this conversation is going to be. Let me see what this particular page is. I think it's kind of mundane, actually, but they're a creepy looking race. So see what's panel 4. Oh yeah, they're complaining about how like they can't get what was it? They can't get through to the mole at the UN, and the the giant drooling, intimidating clerk is talking about how they can get a technician out there, but it's going to take like 3 to 4 weeks because he's backed up with requisitions. And then the clerk is the captain here is like, okay, well, prep a shuttle for him anyway. If a hole opens up in his schedule, I want to be ready. Like it's just like fucking boring, uh, just like technical talk, office talk, pretty much. Which I get a kick out of. Like on this one here, the first appearance of the clerk, they're on is their first contact with Popo, and they're trying to be diplomatic. So it's like very flowery language. Meanwhile, he looks like this, you know, which is like kind of basic humor, but I enjoy it. Yes, administrative stuff. Here, we'll do a little bit of vein work on the neck here for the clerk. Makes sense. How much of this is visible? Oh, good, all of it. All right. Get the boob shelf blocking out the light a little bit. Good stuff. And we're going to do, let's see. This is something I talked about in the latest Cerebus Revisit, which is how Dave will usually shore up a couple of corners to kind of solidify the image, which works extremely well for black and white, and it's something I kind of tend to forget to do. Because I don't fully understand how it works, is the thing. Like, I don't understand why it works. It just does for me. It helps the balance like immeasurably. What is the deal? Shoot. I don't know if I can explain the deal while I'm drawing. Okay. The Maxtricians are on the run from the Clerg. And the Clerg are a expansionist race that basically suck up other, they're kind of Borgy, but a bit more like the English Empire. So they suck up everybody else's technology and resources. And this is a crew of like a scout ship, essentially. And there are several scout ships on Earth. They can't really do any direct action at the time because they don't have the full force of their armada behind them, which moves much slower. So they're starting inroads with taking over the planet, or at least making sure that the whole business with the Maxtricians works out to their benefit by planting moles in political offices and hiring superhumans to harass the Maxtricians and turn public opinion against them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the background, the shoring up the black, shoring up the corners with black. Like I said, it's something I don't 100% understand, but just the balance works way better when you do it. So I do it whenever I remember, at least. Oh, it could be the rule of thirds thing. Montoya, does that have to do with the rule of thirds thing? I feel like you would know better than the rest of us. Okay, so, well, let's get a bit more shading done on him here, and then we'll be good to go on to the next one, which Moving on at a decent pace here. Ooh, this feels Travis Charest-esque. Nice. Oh, I don't know. It was something about the shoring up the corners with black. How that somehow improves the image, and then somebody said it was like, you know, I think Brain said it was like he thought it was a rule of thirds thing. I figured if anybody knows about what the hell how the rule of thirds work, it's probably Montoya. It ain't me. So many lines. Do they work? A little bit. Yeah, no, I think they actually do. It looks, yeah, he does look extremely menacing, and then he's bitching about like, yeah, administration problems. How are we doing on time here? We're at 2 hours. Holy shit. Not familiar. The Bodes? Oh, Von Bode, yeah. Who's the other Bode? There's a Bode Jr.? Fair, yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Rule of thirds would be like intersecting points. Yes, okay. All right, Windblock. Thanks for stopping by, man. We'll have to talk later, definitely. I'll check out your stuff. Sounds like it's probably pretty good, though. I've never heard of Mark Bode, though. Yeah, no, I know. I plan to check it out. Just from your reactions, it sounds like, oh shit, yeah, I better do that. So, anybody who missed it, Windblock, Customs, Noble. There you go. That guy there does custom figurines apparently, and was talking about doing some potentially Blood Force work, which would be kind of like, I don't even want to say it too loud because it might jinx it. So, but the guys were checking it out earlier, and they were saying it looks pretty fucking awesome. So, I'm gonna have to check that out later myself. But you guys can feel free right now. Does he have more? He does kind of have more spikes coming out of that. So yeah, we're operating on the I would say Klingon, but I guess it's not really a Klingon thing, is it? That's almost like an orangutan kind of thing, where they just like grow extra face plates when they become like the alpha. You know what? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what offhand Von Bode's stuff looks like. I don't even know if I've seen it before. I think I probably have, but I feel like I've had a very I don't know, specifically educated upbringing, because I never, like didn't do it, never went to art school or anything, and didn't I don't know. I lost I kind of got out of contact with a lot of my friends when I was like 22, no, like 23, 24. And so it would be right around when we would have been getting into like the fine arts guys, I think. So a lot of stuff just kind of got missed. Yeah. So, well, I mean, like here. So this guy here is kind of okay. Honestly, he probably, if we're going by rule of thirds, he probably should be like this should be the center of his forehead up here. But we want to leave like room for word balloons. So I think this works okay. That's as far as I understand it. I'm trying to think of father son writer or artist groups. The only ones I can think of are the Ramitas, and of course, Junior doesn't look very much like his dad at all, or the Zafinos. And in that case, Gerardo does look a little bit like Jorge, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen a ton of Jorge. I've seen more Gerardo, and I like Gerardo quite a bit. Just kind of wish he could draw more comics. Let's do it like that. Cubert's right. There, thank you. Yeah, that is a better example. and Andy at least does have. There are style elements that he took from his dad for sure. Adam, I think earlier on probably did, and then they started to go away as he got better, basically. I have never heard of Cheech Wizard, but okay. This guy's starting to look like Tyrannosaurus Shredder, basically. I think I'm okay with that. Jurassic Turtles would be kind of sick. So this will not be his canon name, but I think we know what we're going to be calling this guy from going forward, at least. No, that's true. Razar, yeah, or was that Toka? No, he would have been Razar. But that said, we don't really mention the second movie if we can help it. You might invoke, like you might summon Vanilla Ice Candyman style, and nobody needs that. Not on a Sunday. Exactly, right? You. They already had dinosaurs for hire. They were private eyes, weren't they? I don't know if Shredder turned up in that, but I would guess probably not. Oh, we haven't heard of dinosaurs for hire, really? Stop it! Stop the Go Ninja! You know what? I thought it started up in my head for a second, and I was, but then it kept going, and it turned out it was actually Tonto that was going in my head. So I was like, okay, that's all right then. I guess chanting on a stream doesn't count. What's Vanilla Ice up to these days? Is he still flipping houses? Wasn't that his thing for a while? Got to maintain that celebrity somehow. What shit? I'm losing track of where the nose is in here. Does it really matter? It's all just kind of a face full of bumps and kind of tributaries and shit. Hey, thanks, Rob. How's it going? Well, I can't look at the Discord until I'm done here anyway, right? That's a waste of everybody's time. So feel free to do whatever you guys want to do in there in the meantime. Let's differentiate the teeth a little bit here. All right, looking forward to that now, I guess, or not, or dreading it. One of the other. I guess I'll find out when I get there. Are we? Let's see. I'd like to kind of have his nose popping a bit more than it is. Yeah, it kind of does. That looks okay. Yeah, man, go for it. What's it for? I feel like that was the wrong order to ask those questions. Just maybe for next time I'll know. I know. I trust you on that one at least. Oh, do you? No, it didn't show up. Well, shit. I've never heard. I don't think anybody's ever tried before, so we had no idea. Wait, didn't they though? No. Oh, what? I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of somebody's Twitch stream I was in on. Okay. So maybe we should experiment with having a mod, or should we have a mod or multiple mods? Would having multiple mods instigate mod wars? I don't really know how modding works. Yeah, like who we got on here's talking right now. I think I'd be okay with most of you guys being mods on here. Something I have to look into how to set that up after. How's it looking up there? Pretty good, I think. Is it? Is that the thing that's been missing? Okay. All right. So trust. Yeah. No, I mean the guys here who are talking now um, are generally the guys who come in and talk, and nobody really, yeah, talks shit. But I mean, I can't always pay attention. That does make sense. So I mean, like Brain, okay, Montoya, you guys cool being mods? How the fuck do I set that? Moderation activity. No. Oh, that's what that. It's just viewing it. Turn that off again. Time sensor. Community moderation. Oh, okay. Message go to channel activity. Add as moderator. Okay. Yeah, let's see what this is. Managing moderator can manage block words and change the chat modes in live. Can review and remove chat messages and hide or put users in timeout. I think that's the way to go. So standard moderator. So I got you, Brain, okay, and Montoya. You guys down? Ah, interesting. I don't know that there's many responsibilities with being a mod, but you can post links, I guess, or help other people post links, and you can kick people out if you need to, if they're like, I don't know, just being assholes in the chat. Yeah, no, you got the blue wrench. You got the blue name with the wrench next to it now. There you go. There's Montoya. Fuck it. I'm adding okay too. Doesn't mean your shit's got to change at all. You don't have to do anything different. Just, you know, if it seems necessary. And next time End Raven drops by, I think we should give him one of those too. Oh, just lost power. Don't do that. Yeah, no. I have had like I think I've had like one or two people who have been weird on the chat. It's like, oh, I didn't, and like maybe they sat there for a couple of minutes before I noticed anything. It's like, shit, I should have taken care of that sooner. It does, I think, make it a little easier if you guys can jump on that instead. If you feel like it. No, thanks, man. It's a good suggestion. I don't think it'll even be much of a problem. It rarely even comes up. I can't even remember the last time anybody acted like a jerk on here. They're usually pretty cool. Like it's like the guys I get are usually the same guys every time. So I don't like, and I don't get a ton of guys on here, so it's not gonna generally attract a whole bunch of people, including people who don't know how to act. Yeah, no, it is. I think it's a good group. Let's leave that part alone for now. Hey, there you go. Where are you? There. Yeah. There. Okay. Ed Raven's got a wrench now too. No, we need, yeah, that we were just saying that it needs to be done by a mod. So then we got into the whole mod discussion, which I've never really considered before. Yeah, no. I mean, technically, probably nothing. You probably never have to fix anything. But you now have the ability to hide posts and or delete them potentially, and put people in timeout if necessary. Yep, the mod squad, exactly. Thanks, man. Yeah, I kind of, this kind of seems like a page you would dig. A lot of monsters, a lot of black and white. Yes, no, it absolutely did. Yes, revel in the power. Just don't go like like booting each other. That's all. That would be kind of dumb. I don't think you guys would do that anyway. So I think we're fine. This needs to come down a little bit. Yeah. There we go. The model citizens. That sounds like a Groucho line. That have you ever gone mad without power? Oh, that's pretty good. It's looking all right. Yeah, don't ever do that unless it's necessary. The putting the user in timeout. Okay, I think he looks pretty good here. It's probably about as badass as he's going to get for his, administrative meeting here. Maybe he should be sticking his head in more in the channel in the page than he actually is. A little bit late for that. Nah, we can fix that. We can just do a little bit of whiteout over that. It's not like these guys are lacking in texture anyway. A little bit of whiteout's not going to hurt anything. Yes, mods can drop links. That was the whole origin of this particular discussion. Let's see. I gotta come up with it. I think that looks about right. Yeah, it also looks like a fucking mess. So That's not quite. It should be around there somewhere. Actually, it should be around there somewhere. That makes more sense. Great thing about the Clerg is you can just scribble stuff over them and then just cover it up with more folds. Oh, did you try Webtoons? Because that was one of those things I had thought about doing at some point, just to get like a PDF up. But yeah, if it's not a good deal. All right. This is basically okay. So at beginning of the last issue, the Clerg, captain, and the corporal, I think it was, were leaving Popo in the torture room, and this is kind of our first time catching up with them. And Popo is obviously broken free, and they're starting to come to terms with the fact that he's running amok on their ship, on the captain's ship, but and at this particular page, actually, that's not really what's going on, but this is like the basic, the boil down for this sequence anyway. They're still kind of working into it, where they're talking about the local problems they've got in trying to maintain contact with the mole in the UN, and how his communicator's gone down because Nightstick beat the shit out of it, and they're going to have to send a tech out to go and fix it. But he's got requisitions that have him backlogged for a couple of weeks, so they're just going to have to hope it works out at some point. Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. And meanwhile, they're doing this while being drooling monster faces. Okay. I mean, if you say so. I don't really know much of anything about Webtoons. I've never really looked at it much. I just heard of it as like an option for putting out a PDF. But if that's not really the case, then yeah, obviously we wouldn't go that way. A Clerg Karen who wants to speak with the manager. And probably not at this point. Remember, this is a 90s comic. So like the Karen isn't necessarily as well known of a magical creature. let's see here. Yeah, it's going to need a little bit of patching up, but not too much, I don't think. All right. Yeah, no, you know what? Actually, I think I have heard a couple of things about them recently, like recent, some sort of recent development. I don't remember what it is now, but most of the information I have about the current state of the industry, I get from Perch. So if he's not talking about it, I probably don't know about it. And even if he is, I might not. There's a good chance I don't know about because I've been missing a bunch lately. Just haven't felt like clicking on them. I don't know. Right. Okay. Yeah. So they've got like a very specific kind of look that they're going for, which does make sense and doesn't help out a lot of guys, but like, whatever. Don't have to go that way anyway. I don't know where else you go. Kind of a shame about Comixology not being an option anymore. That seems like that would have been the main one, right? A webtoon? Is it mostly manga? Okay, I didn't even know that. Ah, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't sound really worth spending any kind of time on. Um, this feels like it's. How much of this is pencil? Is any of this pencil? None of it. That's all ink that I've rubbed off mostly. Oh well. Let's get a little bit of clarity in here, actually. Yeah. Getting it back on Indiegogo, that seems, or Kickstarter, that seems like the way to go. Yeah. The presentation is key. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, I don't know what is going on in the Rippaverse right now. It seems to be like, yeah, a whole bunch of drama online. I think between him and EVS. But yeah, whatever's going on there, I don't think that's something I need to be a part of. You know. But yeah, like the all sorts of shit just keeps popping up on Twitter. Ooh, the Punchiverse, I like that. Yeah, I mean, like, you guys have known about this thing for a while, but for the most part, I would be a new kind of property for most people. I don't think I need to start on the ground floor with, hey, I'm involved in all sorts of drama. You know. Don't forget his butt chin here. Okay. The Doom that came to Gotham. I feel like I've heard of that, and I do always like a good Lovecraftian story. It's about the Joker, though, isn't it? They always end up being about the Joker. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, no Joker. What do you know? Yeah, no, I feel like it's the curse of the penciler slash inker, where like you can put a whole bunch of detail into it, but knowing that you're going to be the one who's going to finish it up later, it's like that just seems like a waste of time. And like I mean, I know I don't have the attention span for it myself. Every once in a while, if there's something I need to figure out, I can get some fairly intricate pencils going on for me. But yeah, for the most part, no, it's just kind of the basics, and then just fuck around with the shadows, which means that sometimes I don't have the best compositions or the best. Yeah, just in like in terms of black and white as well as the page or panel design. But I do have more fun this way. So either way, not so much fun. Get back here. Ah, it's gone. Oh. From what I understand, Robert, you do need to see what Windblock does. He's his he does have a YouTube channel by the sound of it, and he does action figures. Yeah, and the guys were kind of talking about it earlier today that it looks pretty good. So definitely sounds worth checking out. Anyway. I do remember I was reading that recently with about Sim when he was trying to get Denny to do inks, the Spotting Blacks, and he felt so fucking smart about it. It's like, man, this is gonna speed up my production so much. I'm gonna have so much free time, and he gets him back, and it's like, oh, this doesn't look anything like how it should look because when I'm inking, I'm constantly fixing shit. It's like, yeah, I can kind of relate to that. And I get that too. The preferring to do detailed pencils to reduce the time in inks to reduce the likelihood of fucking something up. I mean, it's how it's supposed to be done theoretically, right? It's the most common way of doing things. I just can't do it myself. I can't convince myself that it's worth the time when I know I'm the one doing the inks. Yep, for sure. But yeah, it's interesting. And if, I mean, if we had, I'm sure a lot of us had dreams of getting into comic art when we were younger. I wonder if like these styles would have even been welcome because like maybe just would have ended up as inkers. I suppose that's always a possibility. It's weird. You always assume you're going to be the penciler. Yeah, kind of pretty close to the Bisley method. But yeah, definitely more confident in pencil skills. Always like or pencils always feel unfinished is the problem to me. No matter how much work you put in on them, unless you're like Jay Ancelato or whatever. Remember, I've been seeing his name pop up for some reason and stuff. I've been looking up. Um, but yeah, they don't have that finality that the ink has. This guy just has like a straight on regular ass torso, doesn't he? Yeah. then I feel like there's a bit of an element with pencils where it's like, it's not the final form, like it's not what it's going to eventually look like. Why would you spend that much time on it? Why not spend that extra time like fucking around with the inks? It's a bit more fun. But then I'm also, the guy who does enjoy just throwing on cross-hatching to see what happens and see if like anything comes out of that somehow. Sometimes it does. No, I get that. Totally different personalities for inking. So what's fun for me might be stressful for you. By all means, don't do it that way then. Yours is the right way to do it for you. Yeah, I can see that. It being a different kind of thing than if you're going at it to ink it. You know what? I never bothered to check and see if that was a comic shop. Okay, the OK Comics. I guess if it's not your local shop or anything, then you wouldn't even think about it necessarily. That's what I'm going to go with. This does look a little bit like he's just like, I don't know, sucking his chest in or sucking his face in a little bit. If you can do that. That's okay. I mean, he might have been all intimidating and shit in here, but he is still the subordinate clerk. So he's allowed to be a little goofy from time to time. As long as the captain always looks intimidating, that's all that really matters. Do they have ribs? They do have ribs. Okay, good. Just checking. It's hard to tell with these lizard aliens sometimes. Yes. Yeah, no, where they just get to be a map of where you're going to be. Yes, I agree with that. Give him some Kelly Jones ribs here. I think that's a good way to go. It's always a good way. Particularly if your guy's supposed to be a little bit creepy. Funny, I wasn't really looking forward to this page too much because I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be all like clerk tech and stuff. It's like, well, nope, not if you don't do that though. If you just make the focus the people who are talking, which is not the worst idea, then you might actually have quite a bit more fun with it. Oh, that sounds like a good time. The Albuquerque thing. I finally got out to Kitchener for that was when I was away for a week. I was visiting, well, my parents and my siblings, because everybody I'm related to pretty much is out in Kitchener, or the basic Ontario area anyway. And was able to hit a bunch of comic stores there because, like, I don't know, like Kitchener seems to be like a comic mecca of some sort. So like it's the first place I've seen in decades where I saw multiple comic stores in malls. I just don't see that in Canada anymore. Let's black all this in. Why not? And then there's the Kitchener Comic Warehouse, which is just kind of massive, and has dollar bins, has all sorts of fucking dollar bins. Actually, they're the first thing you see when you walk in the place. And it's like the whole vestibule area is just devoted to dollar bins, and then you can go downstairs where there's more dollar bins, as well as 50-cent bins, which are the ones that are not in bags and boards. I didn't see a whole lot of obscure stuff, is the only thing I would say about it. It was mostly DC or Marvel or Image. Or Cerebus. Because, of course, since it's in Kitchener, that's where like all of the unsold Cerebus went. Like there are multiple long boxes full of single issues of Cerebus that have a thing like a certification on the back saying this is like an unsolicited copy, or like unpurchased, something like that. Like it never got sent out for distribution. And like it was funny because I figured like if there's anywhere I'm gonna like find the stuff to fill in the gaps in my collection, this would be it. And it turned out they had too much Cerebus for me to do that, because I first went down there, I couldn't find anything, and like maybe like an issue or two here or there. It's like, well, that doesn't seem right. So I go to talk to the guy, and I'm like, you guys have back issues of Cerebus? And he's like, yeah, I think so, which I assume was a joke now, which is fine. He's allowed. And first he brought out a couple of the high price back issues for like, like $50-$75, that kind of thing, because they were like in 8.5 kind of shape. And these were issues in like the teens or the 20s, which is like, oh shit, that's all right. That'd be nice to have. But no, I'm actually just looking for regular comics. And then one of the other guys was like, yeah, no, they're all downstairs. And all the tables downstairs that I had been looking through and hadn't found any Cerebus, it turned out that underneath them all were like dozens of long boxes, and all of those were filled with Cerebus. Like one long box full of one issue of Cerebus, or maybe two long boxes, that kind of thing. I was like, oh shit. And so I looked for a while, and I found a couple that I needed, but like there was actually too much for me to really search out. Anyway, that's my Kitchener Comics tale. I'm working on it, man. Either winning the lottery or the moving to Kitchener. Either winning the lottery or Blood Force blowing up. Either one will do it for me. But that's the plan if I ever get like real money now. Yeah, no, we don't need it. I know. You got enough Americans filling up your feed. You don't need Canadians clogging up the works too, right? Yeah, no, Cerebus Heaven is kind of right. And it was funny because I was going around to other because like I think I hit like 5 of the comic stores, which wasn't all the comic stores in the area, which blew my fucking mind considering Kitchener is not a big place. And like at least one of them, like yeah, they had a bunch of Cerebus and they're all signed because they would go in and like go, okay, what do you got? And okay, I'll sign those. And this can be, I should get the brush out for this. Oh, we've been going now 3 hours. I feel like that's getting long for me now. Okay, I'll finish up this panel and I'll see about getting some more detailed pencils on the other 2 panels, and then maybe we'll call it a day. Oh, this has been one of the more fun streams we've had in a while, it feels like. Else when everybody can drop by. Oh, is that Red Sun? Everybody loves Red Sun. I just kind of assumed. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's some nice looking stuff. I'll have to look at that after. Secret Identity. Okay. I always assume when people go like, "Oh, that's a great Superman story," it always feels like they're talking about Red Sun. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so let me take a look at the script and see what's needed here. Yeah, this page turned out quite a bit more fun than I thought it would. Where's my... I just remember that there was a TV show that was called My Secret Identity too. That probably doesn't have very much to do with it, thinking about it, but that's okay. Oh, can't even see what I was doing there. Sorry, my bad. We have to keep the continuity on the drool here. Yeah, that looks all right. Yeah, the clerk are finally looking like how I feel like I wanted them to look before. I couldn't quite get them there. Okay, let's see here. I feel like I should back him up a little bit, actually. Maybe not, actually. I think they just need to be actually shrunk down a little bit. This is way too big. All right, Rob. Thanks for stopping by, man. Oh, I think my chat just caught up. All of a sudden, a whole bunch of stuff just popped in there. Interesting. like that big. Let's see what we're saying here. All right, if you got to take off, Brain, like, feel free. As always good having you by here. And it was cool having Rob on here that long. He usually doesn't stick around too long. He's got his own things he's doing, so that was fun. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the plan. So hopefully we'll see you there. Hopefully you don't get too much shitty weather. This feels like it's not much smaller than it was previously. I don't think it is at all, actually. How did you manage that? Maybe we got to work on the figures first. No, except the head has to be right about here. This is like the same, isn't it? Just kind of want a mid shot on these guys. Oh, is it? All right. Seems weird to have a summer with a rainy season because like ours is the exact opposite, where it rains every time except summer, where we get like drought. It looks more like a fucking horse here now. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys. I feel like you guys aren't too far apart from each other, right? And Raven and Monty. Not that I know too much about American geography, but you know. Now I gotta check. Yeah, right. You guys are like right beside each other, basically, in terms of states. Assuming I remember where Anne Raven's from. I think I do. Yeah. Next state over. Yeah. Yeah. That was what I remembered. Okay. I'm like, it's not Colorado, right? Is somebody Colorado? Because I think I remember you talking about elevation. I didn't, but I mean, if New Mexico has similar elevation to Colorado, or just higher than usual elevation, that would make sense too. Oh, okay, interesting. And meanwhile, I'm at like zero because like I'm like 5 minutes away from the Pacific Ocean, like a 5 minute walk. Let's see here. Let's not. I said back too far. I think that's about right. It's crazy because you don't think of New Mexico getting snow from like, you know, the propaganda that goes out anyway, right? You just think of desert, basically. Okay. Yeah, yeah. And, you know, everybody saw Breaking Bad, so that's everybody's depiction of New Mexico. Oh yeah, okay. Mine does. My area kind of does a similar thing, in that we're in a weird little spot where the town, well, the towns around me can get big dumps of snow, and we almost never do. I think because we got like a mountain or something right by us. However that works. But are they even talking about? Sorry, I just gotta check the script real quick here. Like I've completely forgotten what they're talking about. It's like no, you should be pointing at anything on a map or anything. Okay, they're just talking by a map. That's fine. And the coastal climate for us, yeah, no, we're usually like we don't get much lower than, you know, we go by Celsius, but we don't get much lower than 0 Celsius. We don't get much higher than like 27 in the summer, which is probably close to I don't know, it's probably in the 90s or something. But it's not as bad as, like, you know, in Toronto, which is where I'm from. Where it can get up into like the high 30s, which is not okay. Normally the temperature here is pretty great. You know, at least compared to the rest of Canada, and it's just having to deal with rain all the time, which is a pain in the ass, particularly when you got a leaky roof. Yeah, no, fair enough. Rates fix everything, right? Speaking of, I wonder if we should put one in this room here. I feel like maybe. Where are we? 3.5 hours. That's pretty good for me recently. And I still got stuff I want to edit later today, so I'm probably gonna call it a wrap around there. Yeah, that was definitely a fun stream. Do we have? Yeah, we should. There should be another one over here theoretically. So we're in a TV, like a newsroom here by the looks of it. Yeah, oh, and we should put up where we are so far. That's I think that's a hell of a page so far. That looks pretty good. Looking down on the screen is like nicer. it's like less distorted. Oh, that's whiteout, isn't it? Let's leave that alone. Yeah, that's some fun shit. All right. So I'm gonna take off and relax a little bit and then see if I can get another video or two done today. So I get ahead and then get to work on my friggin' lettering. It never ends. I appreciate it. Okay. And the lighting was something I worked on young, thankfully. So I at least have like a basic understanding of it, to how to make it look pretty good. And working on adding the little touches here and there that make it go above and beyond. Like there's always something extra you can add to lighting to make it look a bit more dramatic or realistic or something. That's the stuff I'm trying to work on now, which is tough. But at least, I've had the basics down early, which is nice. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Oh, I got to check out whatever you put up in the Discord there too, don't I? Or I think, yeah. So I'll be here on Wednesday as always. So if I don't see you then, I'll see you on Sunday. All right, have a good one, guys. Where's the end stream thing? There it is.